much, Angie. Our next guest was once singled out in the 1980s as one of the top women influencing American economy. Dr. Paula Stern used to head up the U.S. International Trade Commission, but now the body of her work focuses on sculpture, and we welcome Dr. Stern here. Paula, you said call you Paula. It's a pleasure to have you here. And you were appointed as chair by Ronald Reagan, as we said, in the 1980s.
Right.
A feat for a woman, for certain.
It was quite unusual. At the time, I was told that I was the second highest ranking woman in the U.S. government. Actually, Carter appointed me.
What were the responsibilities in this position?
Well, I was there for 9 years, and in effect, it's being a judge and determining whether domestic industries who claim they've been injured by imports are indeed injured, and if so, what form of import relief in terms of quotas or tariffs should be levied.
It was interesting. I was reading you once described it as the agency was the MASH's unit for America's economic casualties.
Well, we had tough times in the 80s, and we're back again, I'm afraid.
In looking at your bio, your academic career and education all relates to someone who would be the chair of the International Trade Commission. Where did art come into this?
Well, art has always been in the background, if you will. I've always been an artist, but in order to be accepted publicly in terms of my academic work and my economic work and my government work, until 9/11, I really had it in the background. After 9/11, I said, look, the legacy that I want to leave to my children, to future generations, reflects the beauty of the human form. And we
have examples of that. We want to show some of the pieces. These are 3 pieces you're bringing of the beauty of the human form. There are going to be 38 of your pieces. Tell us about the Waverly Gallery show.
Well, the Waverly Street Gallery is in Bethesda, near a subway stop, and they invited me to be guest artist and mount a show there. Started the day before yesterday, and we'll go through July 3rd. And tomorrow evening, Friday evening, we're going to be having a reception, and y'all come, everyone come, 6 till 9. And then I'll be speaking also about my art in greater depth on Saturday from 2 to 4. The Waverly Street Gallery has been good enough to, I think, spotlight my work, and it's a great privilege to share it with my friends and family and my professional colleagues who, like yourself, say, I had no idea, Paula.
Exactly, exactly. And bronze terracotta resin, that's the medium you work in.
Exactly. Well, I model in clay, which is the terracotta, and it's a little bit, it's very tactile. I love it very much. I get to, with my hands, shape what I see with my eyes. And then come out, I hope, with an object which is beautiful. Nothing's perfect. Not a human form is perfect. No object is perfect. But I reach a point where I'm satisfied, and then I will have it cast either in resin or in bronze.
Don't want to let you leave without asking you your expertise on what is going on with the economy. You've written about the economic impact on the average citizen.
Yes.
You've talked about the stimulus plan as it relates to innovation in science and education. When do we crawl out of this hole? Have we hit bottom?
I don't think we've hit bottom in terms of unemployment. The thing that Obama is doing very artfully and very gracefully is trying to use this crisis to pivot the American economy to a healthier, long-term future. Both through science, technology, investment in long-term instead of the short-term consumption on, if you will, houses that sometimes we can't afford. And I think that he is doing that very artfully. It's going to take a lot of cooperation because we're in a global economy, and we'll need the other economies, and particularly China, to really pitch in.
Paula Stern, thank you very much for sharing that analysis with us and your beautiful art that will be at the Waverly Street Gallery through the weekend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Straight ahead, recognizing what one author calls the forgotten heroes. It's a look inside the daring missions of the U.S. Coast Guard. We'll be right back. It's 9:36.